Welcome to a journey through Greece's darkest corners, where history blends with haunting legends. From ancient ruins to chilling fortresses, these places are filled with the spirits of the past, lingering in the shadows. Today, we explore 15 of the most haunted locations in Greece. Will you dare to step into their eerie world? 1. Palace of Knossos, Crete. Beneath the sun-drenched hills of Crete lies the Palace of Knossos, an ancient labyrinth of crumbling walls and dark passageways. Once the seat of the Minoan civilization, this site is steeped in myth and tragedy. Legends whisper of the Minotaur, a half-man, half-beast monster imprisoned within the labyrinth's depths, its blood-curdling roars echoing through time. But what of the victims? Those condemned to wander the maze until death claimed them. Visitors speak of ghostly apparitions gliding silently through the ruins, their faces frozen in anguish. Some claim to hear faint cries for help, carried by the breeze, as if the doomed souls still seek escape. On moonless nights, shadows flicker in ways that defy logic, and an unnatural chill creeps through the air. Could it be the restless spirit of King Minos, whose quest for power cursed this palace to eternal despair? Or perhaps the Minotaur itself, waiting for new prey? Knossos isn't just an archaeological wonder, it's a portal to the past, haunted by its dark secrets and untold horrors. Would you dare to walk its cursed halls? 2. Cape Sunion, Temple of Poseidon. Perched on the edge of a sheer cliff overlooking the restless Aegean Sea, the Temple of Poseidon at Cape Sunion exudes an eerie majesty. Built in honor of the vengeful god of the sea, this ancient sanctuary holds stories of devotion and despair. Local legends tell of sailors who offered prayers here before their doomed voyages, only to vanish beneath the waves, their voices now said to rise with the howling winds. Some say if you visit at dusk, when the sun bleeds into the horizon, you can hear whispers echoing from the columns. Are they the cries of Poseidon's wrathful victims pleading for salvation? Or perhaps the laments of King Aegeus himself, who leapt from these cliffs into the churning abyss believing his son Theseus had perished? Visitors report inexplicable sensations, a cold touch on a warm night, fleeting shadows that dissolve into the dusk, and an unshakable feeling of being watched. As the waves crash violently below, you might wonder, does the sea itself guard the secrets of Cape Sunion? Would you dare to find out? 3. Mount Parnassus. Rising like a silent sentinel above Delphi, Mount Parnassus is shrouded in mist and myth, a place where gods and mortals once converged. This sacred mountain, home to the Muses, was said to be a gateway to divine inspiration. But delve deeper, and you'll uncover its darker secrets. It's whispered that the spirits of ancient priestesses, the famed oracles of Delphi, still roam its slopes. These seers, who once communed with Apollo himself, are said to leave behind chilling echoes of their cryptic prophecies. Wanderers report hearing faint murmurs in forgotten tongues, carried on the cold mountain winds. Some have even claimed to see shadowy figures weaving through the trees, their robes flowing like mist, disappearing before they can be approached. Then there are the caves, dark, yawning mouths that seem to beckon. Within, some say the air grows heavy, and the silence presses against you, as if the mountain itself is alive, watching. Is it Apollo's lingering presence, or something far older, far more menacing? Climbing Mount Parnassus may bring inspiration, or it may awaken the spirits that guard its secrets. Would you dare to ascend? 4. Corinth Canal. Carved like a jagged scar through the land, the Corinth Canal is an engineering marvel, but its waters are said to conceal far more than history. This narrow passage, where the Aegean and Ionian seas meet, has been a site of tragedy for centuries. Countless sailors have lost their lives in its treacherous currents, and their restless souls are believed to linger. As night falls, the canal transforms into a spectral void. Witnesses speak of eerie lights hovering just above the water, flickering and vanishing without explanation. Some claim to hear disembodied cries echoing off the sheer rock walls, as though the lost mariners are calling for rescue that will never come. Others describe a sense of foreboding so intense that even seasoned sailors avoid these waters after dark. Legends warn of an ancient curse tied to the canal. Its unnatural division of the land angered the gods, who condemned it to be forever haunted. Whether you believe the stories or not, one thing is certain. Beneath the canal's calm surface lies a depth of mystery and terror. Would you dare to gaze into its haunted waters? 5. Mycenae Ruins. Deep in the heart of the Greek countryside, the ruins of Mycenae stand as a haunting reminder of an ancient civilization long past. Once a thriving city, home to kings like Agamemnon, Mycenae is steeped in bloodshed, betrayal, and tragic fate. Legends tell of the curse that plagued this royal house, where murder and revenge were woven into the very fabric of its history. Visitors to Mycenae often speak of an unsettling presence in the air, as though the very stones remember the horrors they've witnessed. The ruins, bathed in the golden light of the setting sun, seem to whisper ancient secrets. Some report hearing phantom footsteps echoing through the silent halls, and others claim to see shadowy figures lurking at the edges of their vision, vanishing when looked at directly. It's said that the ghost of Agamemnon himself roams these ruins, his soul trapped in an eternal cycle of vengeance after his own wife, Clytemnestra, murdered him in his sleep. Perhaps the spirits of the warriors who died in the Trojan War are still here too, lingering in the air, awaiting their long-delayed rest. The stone lions at the entrance, silent and watchful, seem to guard not just the city but the curse that still haunts it. Would you dare to walk among the shadows of Mycenae? 6. Delos Island. Shrouded in mystery and enigma, Delos Island rises from the Aegean Sea, its ancient ruins steeped in dark whispers. Once a sacred place, a thriving center of commerce and worship, Delos is now abandoned, but not empty. Legends tell of this island being cursed, its sacred ground forbidden for burial, and its air thick with the spirits of those who defied the gods. The island is said to be haunted by the ghosts of those who once inhabited it, their voices carried by the salty winds. Some visitors report seeing fleeting shadows darting between the ruins. Others hear low murmurs in the dead of night, as if the very stones are alive with ancient energy. The ruins of temples and houses, eerily quiet during the day, seem to pulse with a dark, unspoken presence after dusk. Locals speak of a curse placed on the island, where anyone who dies there is doomed to never leave. It is said that the island's sanctity was shattered long ago, and now the spirits of those wronged are trapped in an eternal cycle, forever searching for peace. Would you dare to set foot on Delos, knowing that the island might never let you leave? 7. Santorini, Old Thera. High upon the cliffs of Santorini, the ruins of Old Thera stand as a ghostly monument to a forgotten civilization. The island, known for its stunning beauty and volcanic origins, holds a darker, more ominous side. It's here, amidst the ancient ruins, that whispers of a lost city, and its doomed inhabitants still echo through the windswept stones. The once thriving town was obliterated by a cataclysmic volcanic eruption centuries ago, burying its people in a fiery tomb. Some say the souls of those who perished in the eruption still haunt the ruins, trapped between the world of the living and the dead. The air around Old Thera is thick with an unsettling silence, broken only by the faintest of footsteps or a distant mournful cry. Visitors often report a feeling of being watched, as if unseen eyes follow every step. Cold shivers run down their spines, and the shadows seem to stretch unnaturally, as though the past refuses to let go. The volcanic energy still lingers in the earth, and perhaps, deep within the ruins, the restless spirits of Old Thera are waiting for their story to be told. Would you dare to explore the haunted remnants of this ancient city? 8. Castle of Monemvasia. Perched on a solitary rock, The castle of Monemvasia rises like a dark sentinel against the Aegean Sea. Once a thriving fortress, this medieval stronghold is now a labyrinth of decaying stone and forgotten history. It is a place where blood was spilled and secrets were kept, secrets that may still haunt the cold, narrow corridors of the castle. The castle's violent past is etched into every wall, where echoes of battles long past seem to reverberate in the night air. Some claim to hear the clang of armor and the screams of soldiers still fighting battles they can never win. It's said that the spirits of fallen warriors, betrayed lovers, and forgotten kings still wander the stone halls, their tormented souls forever trapped within the fortress. As night falls, the castle takes on an oppressive, almost malevolent air. Shadows flicker in the corners, and an icy chill crawls through the passages. Visitors often report a sudden feeling of dread, as though unseen hands brush against them, or cold whispers brush past their ears. The castle of Monemvasia holds more than just history. It holds the lingering spirits of those who never left. Would you dare to step inside and face the ghosts of the past? 9th Pavlopetri, Underwater City. Beneath the shimmering waters of the Aegean Sea lies a hidden city, older than anything on land. Pavlopetri, a submerged ancient city, has remained eerily intact for millennia, its streets, buildings, and even pottery preserved under the ocean's depths. But this forgotten civilization is not without its dark secrets. The city was once a thriving port, but its sudden and mysterious sinking has left behind more than just ruins. It has left a curse. Divers who explore its depths report strange occurrences. Sudden cold spots, whispers carried by the current, and an overwhelming sense of being watched by unseen eyes. Some claim that the spirits of the drowned inhabitants still wander the watery streets, their souls forever bound to the sunken ruins. At night, when the sea is calm and the moonlight dances on the surface, the shadows of ancient buildings can be seen rising just beneath the waves, as if the city itself is waiting to reclaim what was lost. Will you dive into the depths of Pavlopetri and uncover the truth behind its eerie silence? Or will you too become part of the city's forgotten past? 10. Eleusis Ruins. In the shadows of Athens, the ruins of Eleusis stand as a chilling reminder of ancient rites long lost to time. Once the site of the Eleusinian mysteries, secret ceremonies dedicated to the goddess Demeter, this sacred ground is steeped in a powerful, unsettling energy. It was here that initiates sought to uncover the mysteries of life and death, seeking a glimpse of the afterlife. But at what cost? Those who ventured into the depths of Eleusis' underground sanctuaries were bound by oaths of silence, but some say the mysteries they uncovered were too dark to speak of. Visitors today often speak of a suffocating atmosphere that clings to the air, and the sensation of unseen eyes watching from the ruined temples. Strange shadows seem to move with a life of their own, and whispers in ancient tongues drift through the stones. It's said that the spirits of the initiates, those who sought forbidden knowledge, still linger in the ruins, forever bound to the secrets they uncovered. At night, the earth seems to hum with the echoes of long-forgotten chants, and the wind carries a faint scent of incense, as if the rites are still being performed. Would you dare to walk among the haunted ruins of Eleusis, where the line between life and death blurs in the darkness? 11th. Necromanteon of Acheron. Hidden deep in the Greek countryside, the Necromanteon of Acheron is an ancient temple shrouded in eerie mystery. Known as the Oracle of the Dead, this was once a place where the living could attempt to communicate with the spirits of the deceased. Located near the Acheron River, the very name of the site is a whisper of death, for this river was said to lead souls to the underworld. Visitors to the ruins often describe a heavy, oppressive atmosphere, one that seems to press down on the chest and fill the air with dread. The sound of rushing water from the Acheron River nearby is sometimes drowned out by distant whispers, as if the dead are speaking from beyond. Some say the shadows in the temple move of their own accord, and a cold, invisible presence follows those who wander too close to the sacred site. It's believed that the spirits of those who once sought answers here never truly left, doomed to linger in the darkness, forever trapped between worlds. On certain nights, the cries of the lost souls can be heard on the wind, carried from the depths of the ancient temple. Would you dare to step into the necromantian, where the veil between the living and the dead is dangerously thin? 12th, Spinalonga Island. Once a thriving leper colony, Spinalonga Island is now a deserted, ghostly place, haunted by the memories of those who were exiled there. Situated off the coast of Crete, the island was a prison for those struck by the most feared disease of its time. Isolated from the world, the lepers lived out their final days in despair, their bodies decaying both physically and spiritually. Visitors to Spinalonga often describe an eerie stillness that blankets the island, as if the very air is soaked in sorrow. The crumbling stone buildings and deserted streets are cold and lifeless, but the echoes of past suffering still seem to linger in the silence. Some claim to hear faint whispers and the soft shuffle of footsteps in the abandoned rooms, though no one is there. It is said that the spirits of the former residents, trapped in a place where life and death coexisted in torment, still wander the island, seeking release from their earthly prison. At night, a sense of dread fills the air, and the faintest touch of a cold, invisible hand might send shivers down your spine. Would you dare to step onto Spinalonga, knowing that the spirits of the forgotten still wait for a release that may never come? 13. Meteora Monasteries. Rising dramatically from the heart of Greece, the Meteora Monasteries stand on towering rock formations, seemingly suspended between earth and sky. These ancient monasteries, perched on the edge of cliffs, were once the refuge of monks seeking isolation and spiritual enlightenment. But the serenity of these towering peaks hides a dark, unsettling presence woven into the very stones themselves. Visitors speak of a deep, haunting silence that envelops the area, as if the wind and the world itself dare not disturb the sacred solitude. The eerie beauty of the landscape is broken only by the occasional whisper of a prayer or the faint sound of footsteps on the stone paths. Some claim to have seen shadows moving within the monasteries, figures that vanish the moment they are looked at directly. It is said that the monks who lived here in centuries past faced not only spiritual trials, but also terrifying supernatural forces. Their prayers, it is believed, were not just for salvation, but to ward off dark spirits that roamed the mountains. As night falls over Meteora, the cliffs seem to exhale a cold, suffocating air, and an uneasy feeling settles in. Would you dare to climb the rocky heights and uncover the mysteries that lie hidden in the shadows of Meteora? 14. Thessaloniki, Heptapyrgian Fortress. On the outskirts of Thessaloniki stands the imposing Heptapyrgian Fortress, a place where history and horror intertwine. Built on the hills overlooking the city, this fortress has witnessed centuries of bloodshed, betrayal, and torment. Once a stronghold for both the Byzantine and Ottoman empires, it is now a crumbling monument to violence and despair. The fortress is notorious for its dark past, having served as a prison where countless souls were left to rot. Those who were tortured here, their cries echoing off the cold stone walls, are said to never have left. Visitors often report hearing faint, agonized wails at night, and the shadowy outline of a figure walking the ramparts when no one is supposed to be there. Some claim the air around the fortress grows colder as dusk falls, as if the spirits of the tortured souls are still trapped within, seeking release. The eerie silence that blankets the Heptapyrgian at night feels suffocating, as if the past is alive and watching. Would you dare to step into the fortress, knowing its walls may never let you leave, just as they didn't let the souls of the past rest? 15th. Davelis Cave. Penteli Mountain. High in the shadow of Penteli Mountain lies the notorious Davelis Cave, a place surrounded by ancient myths and dark whispers. Once used by monks and hermits seeking solitude, This eerie cave is now infamous for its mysterious and sinister energy. The cave is said to have been a meeting place for occult rituals, and many believe that dark forces still linger within its depths. Visitors who dare to enter report an overwhelming sense of dread, as if the very walls are alive with ancient secrets. The air inside the cave is thick and suffocating, and some say they hear faint voices or footsteps behind them, though no one is there. Others have felt a chilling hand brush their skin, only to turn around and find nothing but darkness. Local legends claim that Davlis Cave is a gateway to the supernatural, and some say the spirits of those who ventured too far into its depths were lost forever, their souls trapped within the mountain. At night, the cave's entrance is said to glow with an unnatural light, as if some presence, is waiting to escape. Would you dare to enter the heart of Pentelee's darkness and face what lies within Davlis Cave? From the whispers of ancient spirits to the chilling silence of long-forgotten ruins, these haunted places in Greece hold secrets waiting to be uncovered. Would you venture into these dark corners of the past? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more eerie adventures.